Seagate versus Western Digital, the showdown of the two titans of PC storage. I'm Jason with VectorVest, and today we're going to take a look at both of these household names when it comes to storage and which one you should keep an eye on. Now, for those of you out there in VV Nation who are computer savvy, I do not need to tell you who Western Digital or Seagate are, as they are basically household names. But for those of you who may not be privy, Seagate and Western Digital are two of the monolithic powerhouses of the PC digital storage sector. These are the two biggest names when it comes to hard drives and solid state drives. Which you might be thinking, why are you talking about this right now? Is there a big run on the banks for hard drive space because of people building computers? Well, yes, there is actually. So for those of you who are familiar with blockchain, you have your proof of work blockchains, you have your proof of stake blockchains. Now there's a new blockchain on the block, haha, that's a pun, with the proof of storage blockchain. Now the most recent one that came out is the Chia Blockchain, and it's trying to go more towards a green type of energy use. Obviously, mining on hard drives is going to use a little bit less energy with a lot of the criticism that things like Ethereum and Bitcoin have gotten recently when it comes to the environmental aspect of things. This is going to be really, really big in their image. Now, just like hard drive, or just like video cards, this uses hard drives. Now, one thing to note here is that mining this, much like mining on video cards, eventually it did wreck the video card, requiring you to buy more video cards. This is going to do the same with your hard drives. So a lot of people are using the faster solid state drives to plot their farms, and then using a longer term magnetic plate to have long-term storage that doesn't deteriorate nearly as fast. But that's not what you're here to talk about. We're here to talk about both of these stocks, which one is looking a little bit better, and which one of these two you should be keeping your eye on. Now, first up, we're going to start off with Seagate, which out of the two, Seagate does have the faster SSDs, the solid state drives out of the two, which means that these farmers are going to be looking towards buying more of these Seagate drives, which is going to drive up demand, which is going to drive up price, which is going to potentially drive up this stock. Now, not only that, but gamers and many other people do enjoy the benefits of a much faster SSD when it comes to processing things that they require. So taking a look at the chart, we are above this moving average. We did almost tap it here back on the 12th and the 13th, but that shot us up to an all-time high for the 6 months back at 106.22. Now, since then we have seen a little bit of a decline. However, we are in a bit of a upswing right here. Now, volume has been a little low the past couple of days, but relative timing is nicely there in the middle at 131 today. Now, taking a look over here on the VectorVest software, you will see that while the price is $99.34 at the time of recording here, we do have a buy signal on this. Now, the overall indicators for this are pretty solid. However, the value is a little bit over value for what we have indicated here. Now, if you take a look on the screen, our value is looking at around 84.61. So you do have the relative value at 99. You have the relative strength at 107, your relative timing 131, and your overall comfort index at 159. Now, that is pretty good overall. But taking a look here at Western Digital, now if we take a look just at the indicators right here, we're going to do it a little bit backwards from what we did with Seagate. WDC, Western Digital, trading right now at about 74.85. Now, these both are down a little bit today, but if we take a look here at the relative value of Western Digital, we're looking at a relative value of 108.20. Now, this is pretty big when it comes to an upside value here because the stock looks to be a little on the undervalued side out of the two of them. So relative value is at 150. Now, the relative strength is a bit under the one that we're looking for here at 93. However, the timing 107. The comfort index is 145. So both of these do have upside potential. Obviously, Seagate being the faster SSDs are going to be used much more in the mining. However, Western Digital is known for their long-term storage, and this is going to be able to play off of both of those. So people will plot with the Seagate faster ones and then move that over to potentially the longer-term Western Digital storage. But jumping over here to the Western Digital chart, you'll see that we did dip below this moving average a little bit a couple times here. However, we have been on an upswing. We do have a little bit of a pullback the last couple of days. However, I do think that it's looking pretty healthy. Like I said, with the overall requirement of these SSDs, and the thing too is with them getting trashed out because of the mining, this is going to have a lot of turnover of hard drives. Western Digital does lag a little bit behind the Seagate price in terms of obviously price. We're trading here today at about 74.85. We did have a 6-month high back here on the 4th at 78.19. However, again, going by the VectorVest signals here, we do see both of these are a buy. Your Western Digital does have a bit more upside when it comes to that relative value. Now, I think both of these are good to watch, and getting in at a price point that you think might be good, I would like to see this come back up a little bit, maybe a nice green candle. If we see something like we saw back here on the 12th, where we just have an absolutely massive upshoot, this would be phenomenal. We would like to see a little bit more news about the proof of storage blockchain in order to drive these sales a little bit harder. Right now, everybody's focused on Bitcoin, the volatility in the Bitcoin Ethereum market, things along those lines. So who is the winner out of Seagate and Western Digital? That's really what you stuck around till the end of this to figure out. Now, with the indicator wise, I do personally think that Western Digital has a little bit more of an edge, seen as the overall relative value is much higher, meaning that if you can get in at a good price, you have a much more upside, much larger upside potential here. But Seagate is no slouch. Being the faster of the two, Seagate is going to be that hard drive that gamers and miners are going to want, and there's going to be a big demand, which is going to drive lots of profit to that company. But both of these are very, very strong from a fundamentals, from an indicator standpoint. Western Digital, I think, has the edge, but from a personal standpoint, as a gamer, as a miner myself, I have a mixture of both. Seagate is the one that I personally use for my plotting, and then I send it over to a Western Digital. So I am a big fan of both of these. Put them on your watch list, and make sure that you guys are clicking on the link down below for your trial so that you guys can catch some of these as well. I have my own personal watch list, which you can potentially watch alongside of me if you sign up. And let me know down in the comments what else you would like me to take a look at. I am always happy to look at anything crypto adjacent or tech. It's my passion. But I will catch you guys on the next one, and take it easy.
Yeah.